You're wondering where the heck is the project this morning? We're in Fort Lauderdale. That is the International Swimming Hall of Fame. That is the beach. What's so bitchin' about this mobility project edition is that there's a gym right there on top of a roof with palm trees. I mean, it's the dream. Look, here's what's going on today. Working on sitting, I'm always thinking about how can I survive this airplane seat a little bit more effectively. I'm just like, 10 pounds of crap piled into a little 5-pound seat, and we can do a better job. One of the things that we've been doing with the band is working on getting some approximation of that hip in the back of the socket. Dick Herzl from Jump Stretch loves this stuff, and he's right. It's an easy way to kind of improve that fit relationship of that hip to the back of the socket where it's going to have much more effect. Check this out. I'm not saying you should do this because it's kind of dorky, and certainly if there's someone beautiful next to you in the seat, don't do this. But since I'm a married old guy, it doesn't really matter. But take a look. Put this band on your knee, your classic jump stretch band. The key is don't let this thing drop you into too much extension. It's got to be blocked on your sacrum, not on like L5, S1, otherwise you'll just be sitting in extension. While I sat in the airplane seat, I noticed that I felt like I could get that corner and it turned off my quads, which is one of the things that we're doing when we do that big forward stretch on the wall, trying to get some approximation intronation rotating. So if you're sitting here, you can sit at a desk, or you're forced to sit for a while. You might be able to not be able to do this in church, but even bringing yourself into kind of classic seated position and crossing the leg or bringing here, what you'll find is that that approximation drives that hip much back, and you have access to some hip capsule stuff. So if you're going to be able to sit down all day long, you might as well make it worth your while. Get on the computer, do a little bit of work, open up that hip. I sat like this for like 2 or 3 hours in and out, and it made a big difference. Even working on some of the internal rotation, the Stealth Club mobility piece, I felt like I could get access to a lot more of the stuff. So just an idea about surviving seating, this may be an effective way. Also, it felt like I could sit up. Anyway, just worth thinking with and toying with. If you have to sit and travel, you can do all the kind of classic full forward things that way. So, homework today. I want you guys to be thinking about ungluing some of those soft tissue bits. Local chiro, local ART practitioner guys like, hey, look, sometimes it's a local tissue piece. We're not seeing it when we stretch the global muscle. We're not seeing it when we address hip capsule or kind of that issue. And right, sometimes absolutely it's about a sliding surface dysfunction. So if you notice that you're having pain up above or below a joint or in a specific area, something's not feeling like it's working, it's easy because, hey, we even bang barbells against ourselves, or you get tight and short, and, all your muscle isn't created the same, certainly because we damage it, or it gets injured, or hit, or whatever. But, take this lacrosse ball and see if you can't restore some of that sliding nature feature. And what you're going to have to do today is, again, we're going to go for the whole lateral part of the leg here. I want you to sit on a hard surface, and we're going to pump back and forth. And I want you to spend 3 or 4 minutes each leg looking for something that looks and feels tight. So let's try to anchor in that high hamstring, and let's really look at the kind of interface of IT band into hamstring here, working on the lateral bits, also onto the belly of the hamstring piece. So get tall, sitting on something full forward, and then I want you to pump that leg back and forth. Today is about ungluing those kind of posterior chain musculatures. We're also going to work downstream today by go ahead and talking to calf. And here's what we're going to do a little bit different. I see a lot of athletes come into the clinic with knee pain and they're missing terminal knee extension. Remember, your knee needs to be able to lock and unlock. It's called the screw hole mechanism. And if you can't hit full extension or even a little bit of hyperextension, you're not unlocking and locking your knee effectively. Knee quad complex stays on tension all the time, never lets go. So what we're going to work on today is classic stretch. Just get the ball of foot up on the wall, squeeze your butt, bring to the wall, but I want you to bend your knee a little bit and then press back and tall. And you've got to hang out, press tall, open up. Really try to exaggerate pressing your leg back into extension. Hang out there. Tight, tight, tight release. Come forward, bend again. Kind of going from soleus, bias, distal heel cord into that extension piece. And I want you to really press into those corners and try to see if you can do that for a couple minutes. Idea of trying to really hit and make sure we have full range of motion in that knee, that we don't get short. Finally, last piece, take the ball to the bottom of your foot. I can't tell you how many kind of foot ankle problems. We're just working our way down the whole chain today, and I want you to really spend a few minutes smashing the ball of your foot into that ball, especially near the base of the heel, all the way up, really looking at kind of posterior tibialis as it runs around, bottom of the foot, high arch piece, all right? We'll see you guys tomorrow.